Welcome back to MedEd. In this educational vlog, I will be talking about how Big John at Breakfast's impact and effect on the audience, how Big John at Breakfast represents individuals and the audience, legal and ethical issues such as performing rights, copyright, royalties and PRS, and role of regulatory bodies. Big John at Breakfast's main audience consists of females aged between 25 and 45. The advertisements on Big John at Breakfast and the topics spoken have an impact on the audience as it makes them want to have a certain body image and encourage people to spend money on the products advertised.
FM's hottest showbiz gossip, the Heat headlines.
3 showbiz stories, and they start with
James Arthur. Oh. He officially apologised last night on the X Factor.
Apologised
He has.
publicly.
Yeah, he got himself in.
Passive audience theory is the idea that the media injects ideas and views directly into the brains of the audience like a hypodermic needle, therefore controlling the way that people think and behave.
Thank you very much. Everyone's gone red.
I know, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
Wasn't a full apology, was it?
Oh,
What more do you want? I didn't really go into specifics.
fine. I think that's probably for the best then.
No, fair enough.
Active audience theory is the idea that the audience have an active role to play in the understanding of and creation within a media text. Hallam FM uses a two-step flow. This is where Big John pays close attention to the mass media and its messages and then interprets them in addition to the actual media content.
Been revealed, and everyone's talking about last night's X Factor. If you missed it, something quite unusual happened, and we'll share it with you next on Hallam FM after the news.
Hallam FM News.
Basic stereotypes and representations used by Big John at Breakfast are used for the Hallam FM logo. Because the logo is pink, which is stereotyped to be a feminine colour, and Hallam FM have more female listeners than men. The negative stereotypes presented on the show are targeted at men as they are the minority.
Question. What is the South Yorkshire survey this morning? 79% of men in South Yorkshire lie to their parents about what at Christmas? What have you been lied to about at Christmas? To partners?
The show reinforces age stereotypes with adverts and topics spoke. For example, the show has adverts for young adults which warn against drinking too much alcohol.
Must start thinking, reduce your drinking, drink alcohol responsibly. This was a message from police in South Yorkshire, West Yorkshire and Humberside. Must start thinking, reduce your drinking, drink alcohol responsibly. This was a message from police in South Yorkshire, West Yorkshire and Humberside.
The show reinforces gender stereotypes by speaking about topics such as what women buy men at Christmas and what men lie about at Christmas time. The car dealership advert reinforces gender stereotypes as a man is talking rather than a woman.
When you could just pop into your local family-run shop for anything you needed. Well, if you drive a Toyota, Hyundai, Fiat, Kia or Mazda, you still can at Burrows.
According to Tessa Perkins, 1979, stereotypes are not always negative. This is quite true of Hallam FM's Big John at Breakfast as they don't necessarily promote any negative stereotypes. However, the topic in which Big John and his crew portray men as liars is negative and reinforce dominant ideologies. Continuing to reinforce dominant ideologies about men and women, Laura Mulvey, 1975, suggested that women are objectified in media text. This is true as Big John and the other men on the show talk about women and how they should look. The advertisements on the radio station reinforce this.
Great celebrity so far.
No, thank you. Go on.
We've got Gemma Murner, who plays Carmel Valentine in Hollywood.
beautiful.
She is very pretty.
Yeah,
She's a wag.
Big John at Breakfast has to have licenses for the content they put out on the radio. They have a license with PRS, Performing Rights Society, who are a company who deal with representing the rights of over 100,000 members in the UK. They license organisations to play, perform or make available copyright music on behalf of their members and those of overseas societies, distributing the royalties to them fairly and efficiently. They promote and protect the value of copyright. Big John at Breakfast would not be allowed to play all of the latest music without the PRS license, and if they did, they would be breaching copyright, which could lead to Hallam FM being sued and prosecuted. For example, because Big John at Breakfast has the right to play the tracks in the charts, they are able to play songs such as Avicii.
Bit of cloud around today, some sunshine, mostly dry, 7 Celsius the high. Avicii and wake me up on Big John at Breakfast.
Broader radio joint audience research is used to collate listenership and audience data. Ofcom, Office of Communications, and the ASA, Advertising Standards Authority, regulate radio and TV content. Both are government-approved independent regulators for the UK communications industries.